Look at this lovely, cold, sunny, warm. It's a lovely winter day. It's going to be hot later, you can tell, but it's nice and crisp and cold now, and it's beautiful. It's also probably going to be the only day of the week that doesn't rain, which is annoying because I was planning to go to the office Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm not going to bus in. So, I mean, I could walk in, I guess, if it's raining, but like, I don't want to go in if it's raining. So, maybe I do. Maybe I want to go to the office so much I will go in the rain, but obviously not on my longboard. Either way, I'm in a good mood today. Yesterday I was in a good mood as well. I know I've said this several times, but I feel like I'm getting ready to like swing into this week. I've kind of just been letting life happen to me a little bit. I've just been kind of existing for a bit, and I'm going to flip the script on that bad boy. I'm going to start taking a little bit more control of my time, how I spend it, my life in general. So yeah, this morning already sorted out, obviously like took all the footage off my camera from yesterday's video, or whatever the last video went up, which is probably another. I have a strategy for managing my workload, which I've never really had at work. I've just kind of, well, the problem I've been doing is I'm very much a to-do list person. I've just been blending my work to-do list with my to-do list, and then my to-do list just gets swamped because I've got a load of work things which kind of get bumped down the priority order. So I've figured out a strategy. I'm going to move all of my work to-do list stuff onto a work to-do list. Crazy, I know, how innovative I am. Keep my to-do list nice and clear. And yeah, it's a Monday, so I've got like shopping and stuff to do today. But I'm just going to be productive, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm even thinking about trying to use toggle track to actually time how long I spend in certain meetings and whatnot. When I say meetings, I mean like how much work I'm spending on all of my different teams. At the moment I have 6 teams, but that's going down to 2, so maybe that's less important now. But now I know basically which 2 that is going to be, I can start really like curating my time a little bit better, which I'm excited about. But yeah, so clearly sitting back, waiting and letting life happen to me is not productive. It's not good for my like mental stability. So I am like doing more. I'm excited about it too. Well, hey, scaffolding's all gone, ladies and gentlemen, at last. Don't know what it is though about scaffolding people who don't even tell you that they're going. Just leave the gate open, mate, it's fine. We've had a pretty good day today. Microsoft To-Do is annoying. I don't think that'll work out for me. But basically, I'm in a world where I want something where I can track a little bit like longer running things, but I also want something where I can track like really quick, do this, do that. Mr. Moo's being a bit weird. To-Do, it's like just annoying. Like there's too many steps. Like you write the thing in, you gotta like schedule it in and all that shit, and then like keeping track of things that are in flight are just annoying. Like yeah, you can have stuff. It's just a mess. So I'm trying to use Asana. I'm definitely like using Toggle again for like tracking my time. That's great. Big fan of that. The only problem is these 2 apps are not owned by the company. So I've got to be like, I can't put links in there. It's just like generic titles. So that's like a little downside, but I'm assuming I'm not going to get told off. We'll find out. We'll see how we go. But yeah, like I say, I'm not putting anything weird in. But yeah, super productive day. Hammered through a couple of meetings and hammered through a load of like PRs and stuff. And in the afternoon, in the morning I finished a maturity model thing for one of the teams. I don't think I've got one of them tomorrow. Hope I don't. And so that took like half the morning, and in the afternoon I did a load of performance testing stuff. We're addressing some of our old performance testing suites, and I'm sampling a new piece of technology to run them in. And I managed to bring down the service in our team environment, so it's got to be all right. This is like self-contained within .NET rather than dropping out to Scala and doing a load of crazy shit. So I'm trying that out. Hopefully I'll get something like meaningful before refinement tomorrow. But yeah, so it's been a good day. Really enjoyed it. After work, shopping, standard shit. Longboarding into the office today, I flung off one of my dust caps. So it's about time to buy some more. I know all of them are like kind of sheared off. And that's because they stick out a little bit, so if you stand it up like on its side. So I'm going to try and find some metal ones today. This one's hanging in strong. Looks like it's just going to be me today, which I'm happy about. It's almost a little bit awkward when there's one other person here and you don't know that person, you know. But new person started, taking a team off me already. We're off to a good start. Gonna make a tea and get on with it, boys. Quite a fun morning so far. Already been able to delete some of my meetings because the new guy's taken over one of the teams I was looking at. I was only like shadowing them, so he can just take them full on. I'm looking at slowly handing over the other team, and that will drop me down to 4 teams. And then when one other person joins, I'll go down to 2. Looking forward to it. Currently on the hunt for some bike dust caps. Otherwise this morning I've been doing a load of performance tests and stuff, wrapping my head around this new framework thing, which I think we should consider using ahead of what we are currently using. We'll see. I might have to demo it to people in refinement or whatever, I'm not sure. Got a busy afternoon after this. I've got one refinement session, but I've got to prep for some stuff coming tomorrow. I need to do some merge a load of things through, updates on pipelines, all that kind of good fun stuff. Looking forward to it. I'm not really in the mood today, but that's life. I can tell you for free, I'm getting a lot more done now in the office on this mood than I would. What it is, I want to carry on with this performance thing. And I've got to do a load of admin stuff, so that's the thing that's bugging me. But if I was at home, I wouldn't be as productive regardless. I was hoping for metal ones, but I've got some basically replacements of what I've already got from the world's most miserable man, actually. And I had to ask him for them, and I was like, oh, I can't now ask you for metal ones instead. Sit rep on the wheels, by the way. I can basically cruise the whole way about 14 mile an hour. I might have to tighten them at the front. They do creak a little bit, you know that. If I want to go any faster and reliably have battery, and so I could go quicker, but I drain it all the way. I kind of keep a little bit of reserve for the tank just in case I need it. Yeah, if I want to go any quicker, I need to change to my other wheels. But I'll wait for it to be like drier, more reliably drier than now, I think, before then. I mean, I might just at least to try it. Definitely the battery issues I've got are because it's an old battery, basically, rather than, and it's all uphill. It's like a long, difficult ride, rather than the bearing issue, although the bearings have definitely made an improvement. Pretty good day today, all in all. Like I say, I had a bit of a downer at lunchtime, but then otherwise picked things back up again. I fixed, I've got a lot going on, but I've sorted out my little load testing thing, managed to get it running in a test framework. It's supposed to be a console app. Much better than the way that our current one does. Currently we're using Gatling. I'm trying to use N-Bomber, if you're in any way, shape or form interested in that, which you're probably not. Yeah, got that sorted. Otherwise, refinement sessions and stuff, planning for tomorrow, clearing out my to-do list. I'm like honing things down. I'm pretty much set on using Asana now. But I'm like honing the way I use Asana. So I'm like, for long running tasks, I don't assign myself to subtasks, only to the whole thing. And then for tasks themselves, I use the task view rather than trying to put them into projects. I need a clear delimiter between the two. Don't know if I'm using that word correctly. I need a clear delimiter between long-running tasks and tasks, even though I want them all managed in the same space. Yeah, Microsoft To-Do was just a mess Couldn't figure it out. Also, Toggle, still working on great for me. Living the dream. Next 2 days I got lots of meetings. Oh, came home, had some dinner, had a shower. I've got like I don't know if I mentioned this, like a skin irritation. And it almost stopped me going to work today. It wasn't as bad as it was when I went to sleep last night. But I feel like I've got like either a dry skin or some kind of allergic reaction to something. I don't know, so I'm keeping an eye on it. But I came home because I was like, I need to shower, because it's like halfway where my arm is, so potentially deodorant related. Otherwise, doing a little bit of database programming and watching a talk from Mads, one of the lead guys that's in charge of designing C#, about like features that are coming to C# 10 or that are like starting to get implemented, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's bedtime. I don't want to interrupt this playtime, but it's bedtime. I haven't left the house yet today. All day it's been raining. But because of that, I had like a pyjama day. It was great. I had my little comfy bottoms on. I was living the dream. Couldn't stand up in meetings, but otherwise, it was great fun. Really busy day today. Chipping through loads of stuff. I'm really liking. I haven't figured out a good way of tracking like the pull requests that I have to do, but I really like. It still needs honing, but I really like using my own like little list of things to track progress on stuff. I like using Asana. I think Asana is the way to go. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. And I feel like I'm making a lot of progress as well. I had one of my bloody testing maturity meetings, which are the worst part about being an SDET, with one of the teams today. Oh, it's just so fucking awkward and shit. And it's just not, I don't see the point in it. I don't see the value in it. That's the problem. And then therefore, I'm trying to sell it to people who also don't see the value in it. You know, it's tough. It's tough times. But yeah, so refinement with the new team that I'm now running as well. Again, new team. I was running them a while ago. I was shadowing running them recently. So yeah, been a good day. Apart from that, apart from the fact I haven't been for walks, but I did some meditation. I'm living the dream. Also, after work, doing a load of programming as well. So I'm all over it, boys. I'm all over it. Really hoping it's dry tomorrow though, because it's long walk Thursdays. And I have literally back-to-back meetings from 9 o'clock till 12:30. And then again from 1:30. I think I literally have an hour gap. That's it. Hashtag long walk Thursdays. And going into this Thursday, we're not having a mental breakdown. Happy days. I have so much shit to do today. I've got like loads of meetings and things I need to do, like to multitask, which might actually throw a spanner in my like timing thing, but we'll see. I think I just need to be a bit more deliberate and just leave meetings I'm not needed for, rather than multitasking those meetings. Laura's going out this evening for like a work get to meet up thing with her new team. She'll be gone for a long time as well, because she's got to go to Weston. Obviously we're in Bristol, so that's miles away. So yeah, don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I've been doing programming recently, but like in out of hours time, but what I'm building is just like, I'm not sold on it. I don't feel like it's that good an idea. I kind of started it and now I regret it. I'm like building my own identity server out, and as part of that I've got to implement a load of fucking databases, and I'm running through that and like making sure it's tested and whatnot, because I've been playing with the whole idea of this is firstly like to see if I can to learn how these things work, identity server works, but then also to try and support testing in a more centralized way. So like instead of using Azure AD or some kind of deployed version where you have to have like deployed users, which is what we have at work, it's a pain in the ass. you can kind of spin up the tests with a fake version of the identity server, like with whatever microservice you're trying to test with it. And then also, how do you test the database layer, which has previously been like invisible to everything except end-to-end tests for me. So I'm trying a new like way of doing dependency testing or repository testing, which is half the reason why this is taking as long as it is, because I could just copy and paste the old code I used to have, but I'm trying to make it better and all that shit, learn how like Mongo works and how to do that kind of testing with Docker and all that shit. But I've kind of like lost, I'm doing a lot of work for very minimal reward. But yeah, I want to try and poke around with Maui, and I want to start trying to poke around with some other stuff as well. But like I say, I really struggle to do programming that isn't like enterprise grade. I'm very bad at hacking things together just to like see if it'll work. I'm doing that a little bit at work now with these performance tests. But like anything, performance tests are relatively small, right? It's just a fucking test that hits a page a lot, really. But like I want to get into this like AI machine learning model, and it's complicated to get into and therefore complicated to like build. So the complexity of the app I'm trying to write grows, and then I end up writing a huge enterprise piece of software and get bored halfway through, which is effectively what's happened with this identity server. I couldn't just like fucking throw it together. I was like, oh, let's make it good, you know, and then I get bored. But yeah, this like, I want to try Maui. Basically, I'm trying to take control of my own time and destiny. And I want to learn, there's a couple of things I want to learn, and just like I say, I tried learning it on an enterprise sized thing and was like, ah shit, it's taken me a really fucking long time. To the point where I've basically figured out how to do it now, and now I've just got a huge database to implement. you know what I mean? But yeah, I want to try, what I want to get good at is like front-end web development, which I'm trying to do with this shopping list thing, which I've not looked at in ages. I'm looking at Maui as a way to just kind of do that as well. Although I think like that in general, that platform is kind of a bit dead unless they manage to kind of port it to the web. But we'll see. It's kind of like Xamarin, but new, .NET 6. Instead of .NET 5, which we're currently on. It's in preview at the moment. I want to get good at this like AI stuff. There's loads of things I want to get good at in my head, but I don't have the enthusiasm or drive to actually do it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I do, I get stuck in these like little holes. Also today I'm reaching out to the testing manager to be like, yo, non-functional testing for non-functional requirements. What does that actually look like? I'm gonna be honest, I ain't got a fucking clue. I definitely should know, it comes up a lot, but beyond like performance testing, what do we mean by that? And if it's something that's not like load driven, what do we mean by that? You know? So it's something I know how to do manually, and I know how to do performance tests. But yeah, NFRs keep coming up across the different teams that I manage. And I need to get good at it. And thankfully I'm moving to, the teams I am using are load based. So it is performance when we're talking about NFRs. But like, how do I test scalability? I don't fucking know. Or even reliability. Like, I don't know any of that because I'm a developer. Everything I know I've inherited, or it's common sense. I don't think that is common sense. But yeah, so I want to do a lot of learning. Got lots of learning to do. And like I say, I'm just trying to take control of my own time so that I can do the work stuff at work, the testing stuff at work, and this other stuff at home. I've just got to figure out how to divide my time, basically. I'm not happy with the current way because I feel like I'm sinking time into something with limited value. Like to do one cut of this, attempting to test authentication at a microservice level, low level, like rather than end to end, that has led to me having to learn how to do these dependency database tests, which I want to learn. But now I'm like so many steps removed, still learning, but like now I've figured out the dependency database thing, and now I've just got to keep slogging through it until I hit the other bit, you know? And that's just like one cut of it. Maybe I could have figured out a way of doing it with like automatically spinning up as services in Azure or something with like Pulumi or Terraform. Maybe. I'll not know now, will I? Because I'm spending all my time on this other thing. But it's something I can use in the future. So there is that. There is like at its bare minimum, I'll have a functioning identity server that I can use. I was previously using for RadSpider, and I'm now, well, I want to carry on using it for RadSpider, but there's other things I could just like add to it. I don't know. Laura's gone now. She's gone to Weston-super-Mare, which is like an hour. She's expected to get there for 6. Have dinner, maybe some drinks at the restaurant, and then come back. So she's not going to be here till like, oh my god, she's not going to get very far if she's only there right now. Classic Laura as well, leaving the house with only 40% battery. But yeah, so she's not going to be back till later. I've just finished work. It's 5:45. It's too early to have dinner now, so I'm going to go for a walk. We just had an all hands that went over. But yeah, so, oh man, fucking love all hands, mate. Because like, you know when we've got like some people who do some of the all hands. How do I try to say this so I can put it out on the internet? You know, they're kind of your classic in positions where they shouldn't say some stuff, but every now and again say some stuff. But not because they say some stuff. They often say it like, oh, I probably shouldn't say this. Don't then. You haven't said it yet. Don't say it. Back away from that sentence. Or they'll say things like, they'll start an analogy, and because it's Teams and virtual, you don't get the same like instantaneous feedback if something's a bad idea, you know? And he started to walk down an analogy, like trying to tell us something, and then you're just like, no, stop it. This is only gonna go south from here. Oh my god. But yeah, but then he's like I say, he gets stuck in the analogy and he just carries on going, and it's just, you can see people like, no. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's legit funny. But like I say, you couldn't get away with that shit in person because people, the whole room would just cringe, you know? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, dinner's done. Just been watching some videos. I'm nice and relaxed. Let's go on my computer. I had lamb orzo, which normally you have with feta, but I had it with parmesan. Oh my god, it was lovely. And also for Christmas, because this is the kind of guy I am, got a microplane, right, from Dad. They're the fucking best. If you're using one of these dumbass motherfuckers, don't. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why do you hate yourself so much? I'm gonna do some programming. My little baby's in here, just chilling, aren't you? Oh, Jimmy, scratch my little chest. Stretch my little chesticles. Yes, thank you. He's just chilling. Oh, yes. 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 He's like, Jimmy, I can't get... Reach my belly. Reach for it, please. God, there's been carnage in here, isn't there? Oh, let's move that around. You little savage. Yeah, so I'm going to do this. And then when I get the message from Laura saying she's on her way back, do some meditation. And roll, basically. In an attempt to get him into our room, I've taken the roof off of his little bed, because he never goes in his actual bed. Everything he does go in, i.e. his tower and the cardboard boxes all over the house, are like not open. So that's my next try, to try and entice him into my room for a little bit. Now look, right, here's where I'm at. I was talking about this morning about like implementing this database for identity server interactions and all that kind of shit. I think this is an ASP.NET identity database for user repository, right? Last time I just kind of nabbed one from GitHub, but the way that like that was injected and stuff made it difficult to test, and I was like, oh, let's see how it works. And I looked at the way it works and I'm like, oh, it's not ideal the way it doesn't really do stuff correctly. Technically it does it, but it's not getting things from the database in the correct way, and it could be made some improvements. So I was like, you know what, I'll have a play with it, right? So these 3 methods here I've done so far for the user claims thing. They're literally like bang, bang. Oh no, 3. Oh, it's closed down there. There's the other one as well. Bang, 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 bang. Those 3 line up to these 3. So you can see they're not identically the same. They're a little bit chunkier on mine because they're doing more work in the database rather than bringing it into memory and doing it there. It should be quicker. These 3 methods here, we're going to do lines of code. 144 lines. On theirs, it's 147 lines. I've got to test that 666 lines. On theirs, this whole repository has 900 lines of code. Their role repository, which I've already implemented in my land, has 260 lines. Mine is 236 lines, a little bit smaller. And my role repository tests is over 1,000 lines. So 200 equals basically 1,000 lines. So times that by 4,000 lines of tests I've got to write for this shit. This is what I mean about like getting excited about doing it properly and then just going fucking balls deep and getting stuck and then losing the will to live. Like, I'm not being paid for this, evidently. I don't need to do this. I'm doing this supposedly for fun. Watching a neighbour just like, I don't know, potentially shoo away a cat out of his window. I don't know, something like that. And yet here I am, and I'm here because I wanted to do this, which meant I wanted to do this, which meant I wanted to do this, which meant I wanted to do this, and now I'm balls deep. So, do I just bin it? Do I carry on? The only minor benefit to me is if I ever turn out in the future that I want to use an identity server, then I've already built one for free. And I've learned all the stuff along the way, and if I wanted to kick something up, even if I didn't want to use it, I can use it for a short period of time for free before I have to pay for something else. That was the logic behind it. But yeah, my last identity server that I used for Red Spider wasn't very well tested. Like independently, it was tested indirectly via everyone else, and I was trying to imagine a world where I could have everyone else tested using it without using it, if that makes sense, and also test it individually. They were the aims of what I was trying to do. Part of me thought it would be fun to just kind of chip through this, like slowly, every day, pick up a method, implement it, that kind of thing, you know? Turns out that's not fun. I thought to myself, maybe I could do like a method a day. Keep chipping through. The annoying thing is, the like really annoying thing is that like this whole repository model just kind of sucks ass. Just a little bit. Like it's clearly like designed to be generic. It's not honed for Mongo and like NoSQL databases. And therefore like you're doing a lot of legwork that you just kind of get for free. You know what I mean? Like I can see why it needs to be this big for a SQL database where they'll all be in different tables and shit. But they're not in different tables, they're all slapped into the same fucking thing. We've had a bit of a mad one today, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Monty's basically stayed in his tower permanently. Look at his little face. We went for a walk. We do like half days on Fridays now. I kind of wish we didn't do half days on Fridays. I kind of wish we had alternate Fridays off. That'd be better. I don't know. But well, it's not technically, like I work 8 till 2. So I had one-to-one with the manager, and then otherwise like some standard like admin-y stuff, like scheduling some meetings, clearing some of that crap off your to-do list, you know. Also was looking into performance tests, and a new framework thing that I'm trying out. Looks pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it, and I think it's a cell on top of the old thing that we used to use, which is like Gatling and Scala based, which is a pain in the ass. Hey Mumu, why you look so angry? But then after that, so from 2 o'clock, I was upstairs for a little bit, doing some more endpoints on my fucking repository. Once that was sorted, I did like 8, just chomping through. The ones that are there now are relatively dumb. Like there's like quite a lot of pretty simple ones. The top couple were the most complicated. So I should be able to chew through them, to be fair. Fingers crossed. Watched Formula 1, free practice. Played some Halo. I think I'm like getting towards the end levels of Halo 5 now. Played a little bit of Doom. Was I playing Doom? Oh yeah, no, just Halo. And then was playing Mario Galaxy. Never played Mario Galaxy before. It's bizarre how basically every Mario game is the same. Just newer. It's bizarre. But anyway, it makes me feel a bit sick, but otherwise it's fine. We then had an Indian takeaway. Just lovely. That's about it. But that was like the last time I had that much in one go. I like legit was like, I felt like I might be sick. But I held it. It was really fucking nice though. And the problem is like when you have a Chinese takeaway, you go into it knowing you're going to save some for tomorrow. But with an Indian, you don't do that. You're like, well, it needs eating. So you eat it. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, today we had a fucking great day. I woke up this morning when my alarm went off, firstly. Doesn't happen very often at the fucking weekend, I can tell you. And I just had a smashing day. Smashed through loads of programming. Speaking of which, I need to make sure my laptop's on charge. On my laptop downstairs, got through loads of admin stuff, like emails, doing this, doing that, looking at like energy providers, all that shit. Ordered some jeans, more jeans. We then went to town, just for a little mooch around. I got a replacement hoodie, because I asked for a hoodie at Christmas, but I gave them a link, and the hoodie that's online is not the same as the one in the shops. So I got the one in the shops, and I'm returning the one that we got online. We had some lunch, came back, Formula 1, played some games. We're playing Mario Galaxy, and It Takes Two on Xbox. Living the dream, boys. It's been a really good day. Been really good, nice, chilled, relaxed. We've got a Sunday tomorrow, but Sunday is basically Saturday because it's a bank holiday weekend. Fuck yeah. Yet another weekend day where my alarm went off and I got up. Be proud of me. I won a JetBrains license. So I'm currently trying out Rider, which is like the JetBrains IDE for the .NET development, on my laptop. Because my laptop is like got a bit slow. So like Visual Studio chugs on it, and VS Code is just like a little bit annoying in the sense that, in fact, I don't know why I'm pointing that way one-handed when I want something out. It's not in. So like Visual Studio chugs, and like VS Code's annoying because it's not like it's easy to write tests or anything. I was hoping that Rider would be a little bit better than that, and I'm not sure it is, but we'll see. I've got to do some like tweaking and stuff. But I've now finished all of the endpoints that are easy. It just happens to be that like alphabetical, you just hit a bit where it's like, I think all the get methods are like get this. They're like trivial. Now I've got things like set and updates to go, which aren't as trivial. But yeah, just chewing through them this morning. Otherwise today, a little bit of pottering, did like washing and stuff. I've been baking. I've baked a shitload of cookies. I'm excited for it. Get 2 things out of there. Yeah, made a load of cookies. Had lunch, and then we watched Formula 1. I felt like we did more than this today. And in general did some like it's too, these pyjamas are next, but I think it's too warm for these. Well, they're next. Tough shit. I was gonna say, Oh, I don't fucking know. And otherwise, line of duty. Oh, I've played a bit of Xbox. Nearly finished Halo 5, which is good. I keep thinking it's the final level, but it's not. There seems to be one extra one, but I'm officially, I googled it, I am on the last one now. Well, yeah, watched the final of Line of Duty and it was as disappointing as this video is, you know? Bank holiday Monday today, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means? It means it's raining and windy all day. Laura's had like this like little greenhouse thing in the back garden where it's like basically it's like a shelf thing that you put like clear plastic over and it kind of like creates a greenhouse effect and stuff. I blew over twice today. She was not happy about it. Lots of plants died in fall number 1 and the rest died in fall number 2. And they will continue to die because they're going to get frozen now because the whole thing's been taken down because it's dangerous. Otherwise, we've been on a bit of a mad one, organising our like cupboards and shit. So like the space underneath the stairs got everything taken out of it, binned, recycled everything that we needed to get rid of, reorganised the little bit by the like utility cupboard next to the bathroom, bits of the kitchen, just like kind of where do these things belong? Where do these things belong? Move things around, swap stuff around and all that kind of shit. It took ages. And basically the end goal was to make sure Monty's litter tray can go there and his food can go there, predominantly, so we can now get a water fountain and plug it into that plug. Because basically we've noticed Monty never drinks his own water, but like if he gets into the bath and you put the tap on, he will just drink for days and days and days and days and days. So we need to get him some running water, don't we, Mr. Moo? Here we do. Don't we? Here we do. Give him a fuss. Give him a fuss, my little baby. What else has gone on today? That was basically the majority of the day. Lunch, all that shit, obviously. Finished Halo 5, so I'm picking a new game to play through. I might try and finish Doom. I can't remember the last time I finished so many games. Otherwise, I've been looking into energy providers because I'm trying to find a legitimately green energy provider. But yeah, otherwise, Laura went shopping, did some cleaning. Just chilling out otherwise. We're about to work tomorrow. I'm going into the office tomorrow. It's like, basically I'm going into the office on Thursday because we're having like leaving drinks. And I need to get my haircut done before then. Tomorrow is like the most dry of the next 3 days. So, but I'm gonna have to bus in tomorrow and I'm gonna have to walk / bus in on Thursday. Because it's also local election vote thing. But yeah, so back to work. It's been a really nice, like, productive yet relaxing weekend. Kind of bizarre. We're gonna get back into it though tomorrow. Because we've got meetings or work. I've got to try and fit in, get a haircut around that. Start of new sprints, end of old sprints. Lots to do. A to-do list that's kind of ballooned a little bit as well over the weekend. Things I want to look into. It's a problem with when you start being productive, you start to like want to be more productive and then be like, oh, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? It's a slippery slope. You know what? It actually, oh no, there are pockets where it's quite wet. Buses aren't that bad when you get rid of half the people on them, you know? And also, you know how much I hate coming to work without gelling my hair? It feels so fucking wrong leaving the house like this. I'm not going to have my camera on while I'm in my first set of meetings before my appointment, which I haven't booked yet. Look at that hair, boys. It's not gelled right, and it smells because that guy's hair wax smells really bad. Well, it smells very waxy, but so much better. You know what? Nothing exciting to report today. It was just a standard, relatively busy day. Yeah. Big things have changed in Monty's life. He has started having wet food out of a tin now instead of pouches. Not through choice, but because pouches, basically there's a shortage of cat food pouches for some reason. He's also got a little water fountain, which he's not drunk from yet. But we might just get a drink out of it now. Oh no. This is the whole reason we moved his litter tray. But yeah, he always drinks out of the bath, and in theory, if he drinks out of that there, then he doesn't have to drink out of the bath, and then he can do it whenever he wants instead of like having to only kind of do it once or twice a day, you know. Yeah. Really nothing happened at work today. Bus on the way back wasn't too bad either. Really nothing happened at work. Nothing of excitement. I was doing a lot of admin, and I'm trying to I'm struggling to get buy-in from like the teams to be like, you guys need to own this, not me. I'm trying to push them, but now I'm dropping teams back. Now there is 3 estates in that hive, not just me. I should be able to start not relinquishing control, but like spending more time actively chasing rather than, you know what I mean. Another relatively drab day today. We went for my normal like morning walk and stuff. Went to the post office to return some clothes because I don't seem to be able to purchase clothes without needing to return them. Monty isn't interested in the fact that this door's closed. So no one wants to come in. He can't miss out on anything, you know. And then like after work I was just doing like admin. But otherwise it's like we had planning, and 2 teams finished their sprints. Planning for one of them, planning's tomorrow for the other. That was like drawing fucking blood from a stone, I'm telling you. It was horrendous. And then like sprint reviews and stuff and all that malarkey. Not too much exciting. I've been playing around with 1 different testing thing at work. Playwright, which is like a different take on Selenium. It's nice. I like it so far. It's very fucking simple. And what else? One other thing there was, something for snapshot testing, which I'm looking at and I'm like, that's intriguing. I like this. So I was going to have to play with that, but I was looking at that outside of work. I have to play with that on my own stuff. Been also looking at performance testing at work, but I think the framework that I was trying to use, rolling it out in anger, is probably a bit aggressive. So we'll see. Otherwise though, tomorrow we're going into the office and we're having like a after work leaving drinks for someone who's leaving. So it's going to be a mad day tomorrow. So I need to get up early. I've got lots to do because I need to like get into town for one, and get into town, I need to vote, make my sandwiches. It's going to be a busy morning. I've got to get up and just like go. Back in the office today, boys, and today we at least have 1 friend coming in. I think he's coming in the morning and like spending all day there, but I know like person who's leaving is coming about midday, so we should have lots of people coming. Basically we've got like 6 of us are going out for drinks after work, so at least 6 of us will be there by the end of the day. I don't know how many, you know what I mean. We'll get there early-ish. I'm here early anyway, earlier than I expected. I had to vote this morning, so I like voted on the way in and got the bus in. Whew, I've done that thing now where I've ordered a lift from Laura and I'm not really sure where she's coming. I think she's coming here, but I don't know. So I'm just kind of tracking her on Google Maps. I'm just trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'm a bit bevved. It's got to be said. Amy, who's leaving, not many people actually turned up. There was only like 4 of us, but Amy, who's leaving, spilt my last drink by like, spilt it on my coat as well, that was keeping her warm, which is quite frankly rude. But she's, where was I going with that story? Yeah, it was basically her leaving drinks, and it was only 4 of us that went. It was like the junior developer from Dragon, who I was used to mentor and don't mentor anymore, and then like another senior developer from Fox that I've been working with for ages. But yeah, it was just us 4 in the end, so it was pretty chill, pretty relaxed. Had a pretty good day in the office as well. Dear, but it's weird having leaving drinks for someone that you've never really met before. Like you've only met like twice. I've literally met Amy twice, met the senior developer 3 times, and the mentor guy, I've met him twice. This is the 2nd time. It's mad. But yeah, it was fun. I had a good meal, good drinks and whatnot, but you know, because I've just got to like kind of sober up from this wine. I had one extra glass that I wasn't expecting because Amy spilt the drink and then bought me another one. And then I had to basically neck it in too quick a time frame. Oh my God. I don't know why Laura, knowing she's going to pick me up tonight and knowing that like I'd booked her for a lift, lets her phone get to 19% battery. So now like tracking her on Google is not trivial because it only updates every like 5 minutes. So hopefully she comes here, otherwise I'm fucked. But yeah, no, I don't even know which direction she'll come, so I can't even like hedge her off from this point. I'm actually gonna like, I caught a strafe this evening, which is a cool new hip thing that I like to say. Well, actually it's not true because like a strafe is a thing where you get hit when someone's trying to hit someone else. But I took a bullet today where like I do this thing kind of like subconsciously, and I'm drunk now so I can just kind of say what I want. It's also at the end of a theoretical 1 hour video that I'll upload at some point in the middle, like some point in my life. I need to like therapize this a little bit because it's interesting to me at the very least. Just trying to figure out what's going on with this situation here, but just got to figure out like what's going to happen to me. I think I'm safe. Right, so I caught a strafe where like I do this thing and I don't like it, where I kind of like repeat what someone else, as someone else is like telling a story, especially when I'm drunk, I'll start to like, I'll kind of repeat what they say and then laugh. Which is like a thing that like I don't like about myself, but I do it. I don't know why. And I'm kind of saying it as like it's meant in, I think, because it's mostly subconscious, a like encouraging way to like kind of like encourage a conversation. And I know I think I'm too much into this. And then felt like I was doing that. And then someone said, kind of flippantly, oh, because this is your story to tell? Because I was saying that on top of someone else's story. And that like dinged me. Why did that ding me? I mean, it's probably because it's true, right? And I was probably doing it too much anyway. And it's probably annoying if I was telling a story and someone was kind of repeating what I said in that kind of way. I don't know, because I kind of think that was a I kind of think not much of that if someone did that to me, especially not in like a setting like that. If it was in like a meeting at work, it'd be annoying if someone repeated what you said. But like in like a jovial 4 people chatting about something, joking about something kind of way, I wouldn't find that annoying, I don't think. But yeah, I just felt like I took a hit and it really like knocked me. And I feel like someone else spotted that like kind of hit. And maybe it's because I talk too much. Maybe I talk too much. And like Laura's said before that like maybe I talk too much about myself as well. I'm not very good at like kind of introducing other people, like asking other people questions. It's one of them things that's like hits me in a way where sometimes I can take things really personally, and I like to like try and dig into why I took that personally. But yeah, so that happened. But yeah, obviously like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter at all. But yeah, kind of felt like I took a jab to the nose, you know, when it wasn't necessarily deserved, but was justified, if that makes sense. Not deserved, but justified. It was a justified jab undeservedly. Does that make sense? But I'm more interested in the, like, what caused that jab to be fired. Because, like, the person that fired it is very much like me, where you would, like, kind of say something sarcastically, and now I'm overthinking it, you know what I mean? So maybe there's a fragility there that I should probably consider when I'm firing those kind of jabs. But yeah, it's interesting. It's the kind of jab that I'd take if I was trying to make a point. But obviously, like, alcohol throws in an extra variant on this, but yeah. Anyhow, I don't really know what the fuck happened there. Either way, I had a great night. I'm a little bit drunk. I've got to get up tomorrow morning, and I can barely handle one glass of red wine, man. So I don't know what the fuck's going to happen tomorrow. Quite clearly, I'm blowing this up into something that it's not. But I think you should question yourself when something hurts you, because effectively there's a weakness there. There's a little weakness that can be, like, pried at, you know, and that weakness should be addressed in some way, shape, or form. And clearly, like, I've blown that out, and, like, yeah, because anyway, interesting. Laura's nearly here now. I think I'm going to end this video. I think now is a good time to end it. I'm not going to remember this tomorrow. I'm not that drunk. I'm going to go home, have a cup of tea, relax, wake up tomorrow for half a day. I kind of need a wee. Should have had a wee before I left that restaurant, really. But it's really nice just being able to just socialize with people you work with. Fuck me. But yeah, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Interesting note to end on. I'll catch you later. You should always ask yourself, like I say, why? If you think something or feel something, ask yourself why you think or feel that, because that's normally more interesting than the feeling itself. Yeah. And I'm just a little bit insecure, really. I'll catch you later. I'm on my morning walk, and totally fine. So we did all right there, boys. I just wanted to, like, replay last night. Like, the reason that hurt was because it was, like, a little bit embarrassing. Like, other people noticed the shot. It was like came out of fucking nowhere as well. But also because it was true, you know? That's why it was annoying. And I've been thinking about it way more than I needed to think about it. And I'm just gonna be like, you know what? But yeah, even talking about it again now is, like, dumb. Because, like I say, I'm giving it more oxygen than I need to do. But, like, and you knew this video wasn't gonna end last night. But saying, like, basically, like, I have this trait of, like, kind of being it's because I don't know what else to say, you know, of kind of, like, almost being like a hype man, where you're like, no, and then kind of repeat something, you know. And yeah, and it's annoying. So don't do it, basically. And also, don't think about it anymore, because it's a nothing. But yeah, like I say, I find it fascinating because I'm quite, like, I can get knocked by some stuff based on who it comes from. Like, maybe I get like a little bit of a soft belly for some people, but yeah. So they were, like, really, like, got into my head and, like, fucked me up a bit, you know. And it's a nothing burger, and it's because the reason it, like, bugged me was because A, it was, like, a little bit embarrassing. So, like, if it was just well, it wouldn't have happened if it was just the two of us, but you know what I mean. And B, like, it's true. So anyway, oh god, it's a lovely, nice, crisp morning today. Got up at the normal time. Got work 8 till 2 today. We have, like, half days on a Friday, which is nice. Got some, like, sessions with the new estet for one of the hives, so I'm, like, stepping back from some teams and she's taken over, and I had a session with her yesterday and she is, like, shit hot. So she's like good to the point where I think I'm doing a pretty good job as, like, a estet, and then, like, she's like a proper QA, you know. She asked me, like, she's like, oh, so did this get asked at this point? And I'm like, no. But yeah, so she's good, but I think I've got a couple of sessions with her today, with like handover kind of sessions. But yeah, so exciting. Fridays are a day of like clearing up admin. I've got that. I've got like, I think I've got quite a few like meetings, and I'd tried to save myself some time in the like middle of it all. And I'm not going to get that because I'm now like onboarding the new girl. Not that she needs much onboarding. She knows more about some stuff than I do. But yeah, so that's my day today basically. Just try and smash through as much admin as I can while I've got these like meetings and handovers going on, and then move on. Finish for the day and break up for the weekend. It's a lovely day today, but the weekend's supposed to be wet. So. It's bedtime. I know it. Today was one of those days where like not a lot of admin got done because there's just meetings and phone calls just kind of got blipped in. Trying to onboard the new Esther, taking some organisation stuff for one of the teams that she's taken over, because the team lead from that team like came to me and was like, look, who's my Esther? Is it you? Is it this other guy? Is it this new girl? And I'm like, look, at the beginning of the week, me and the other guy thought it was the other guy. It's now the new girl. I ain't got a fucking say in this, okay? After work, I was out in the garden for like an hour and a half listening to podcasts, just having Monty out on a little walk. And then otherwise, I've been playing loads of games. Loads of Xbox, bit of Switch. Living the dream. We're into the weekend now, boys. We may as well just end this video on Sunday, like every other video. Not much, oh my God, has gone on today. For some reason, unknown to us, 5:30 this morning, Monty comes in, starts trying to play with our feet. And I'm like trying to sleep. And the worst thing is, not only does he like wake you up at 5:30, now my watch knows that I'm awake. And what's he gonna do? It's gonna fucking ring my alarm at 6 o'clock instead of 7, isn't it? The son of a bitch. So I wasn't happy about that. But otherwise, today, not much has gone on. Relatively chilled morning, got dressed, and went straight out to the shop. I need to go to Fishmonger's because we had some sardines for dinner. Very exciting. I did forget to ask the fishmonger to gut them though, so we had to gut them ourselves, so that wasn't fun. But otherwise, yeah, just went and did some shopping. Laura's been having a clear out of like clothes and stuff. So I was helping out with that a little bit, doing a little bit of programming. A lot of time went this afternoon, didn't it? I watched Formula 1, watched Formula E as well, because it was in Monaco. It was actually pretty, well, the race itself was pretty boring, but the last 3 laps, my God. It's almost like the reverse of Formula 1. The end of Formula 1 is nearly always bad. But like the end of Formula E is mental. So, assuming it's always like that. But it's always, I never realise it's on. That's the problem. I just have no idea it's on. I miss it all the time. And I want to try and get into it. But something about it, it's just not as entertaining. And I don't know if it's because I don't know the people, or if the race in itself isn't as good. I just can't tell. I can't put my finger on it. Otherwise, had dinner. We just watched Nomadland. And now we're going to bed. And we need to end this video, ladies and gentlemen, because it's very long. I'm actually going to turn my computer on and do it now. Crazy. Let's get ahead of the game. I woke up this morning at 3. And as I went to the toilet, stepped in some of Monty's sick. Never seen Cat sick before. This is the first time he's ever been sick. So I was actually awake for like 20 odd minutes and I'm cleaning it out of the carpet. And then I made up for that with a like 3 or 4 hour lie-in. So I actually ended up waking up really late. We had some breakfast and we went out for a walk. Went out for a nice like hour and a bit walk, and we were talking about like how we're gonna be, both of us be getting our lives in order. And we're gonna like try and hit next week properly, you know? And just start like doing things. I'm gonna get back on my meditation. I'm gonna start booking swimming again. I'm gonna start the video. I'm just gonna like try and like live my life better, you know what I'm saying? Both of us are as well. And we're gonna be like proactive about it as well, rather than kind of I guess, existing, which is what we've been doing up until now. But yeah, even if that means taking more time to do other things, all that shit, you know how it is. Watched Formula 1, which is fucking epic. Top quality, Lewis Hamilton racing. Did a bit of programming. I'm trying to get used to Rider instead of, just close this stuff down. Instead of Visual Studio, and I just can't get used to it. But there must be like so many like little things where you get used to one tooling as soon as you change it to something else. Like, just like the little ways it changes, you're on autopilot, and I just can't get used to it. But yeah, that's all for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Vlog's coming out, so got nothing else to say anyway. Like I said, next week we're gonna be on the ball. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.